Now, if you were following the run-up to last year's presidential elections in America, you may remember that several celebrities promised to leave the country if Donald Trump won. Well, he did, and they haven't. My next guest promised to run for the next Nigerian presidential elections in 2019 if Mr. Trump won. But why? Joining me now is the Nigerian comedian Basketmouth. As we say in Nigeria, which concern you concern Mr. Trump. What's your business with Mr. Trump?
The thing is, when he was running, my friends and I were just sitting there, we're like, what if this guy wins? What are you going to do? I'm like, man, if this guy wins, which means I stand a chance to also run, because this guy doesn't have any political background or anything. So if he can win, then maybe anybody else can.
So 2019 is not too far away.
It's not too far. I'm scared, but I have to. I've made a promise.
Are you going to run?
I will.
I was thinking about it today, and I said, you know, you'll be the first Nigerian president, if you won, to have funky dreads.
So I'm thinking maybe I might cut it off if I'm sure I'm going to win, because it's going to be sad if I cut it off during the campaign and I don't win. So growing this back is going to be a little bit difficult.
I've been speaking to some of your best friends, you know, and they said they wouldn't even vote for you.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie. They will vote for me. I'll pay them or something. The old traditional way.
Vote for you, to be honest. I mean, you know, talking about Nigeria, it brings me to this. Let's look at what's happening in our country right now. You know, I mean, it brings me to this unity song by several Nigerian leaders. You know, I mean, they're calling for unity. What do you make of it?
I think it's a great idea, if you ask me. First of all, I can't really say anything bad about that movement, because I have plans to go back to Nigeria. But I think it's a great idea, but I wish they had used people that are more influential in terms of command of the youths. Yes, but these guys are... Not everybody is happy with most of them.
I mean, on social media, people were saying that these are the same people that cause some of the problems.
Exactly. So I just don't want to say it. It's a good thing you were the one that said it.
Well, I'm not going back on it.
I have plans to go back. So.
Anyway, I mean, let's talk about your career now. And I was just telling you before we went on air that, I mean, you can't remember, but the first time I met you was in 1999. You've been around for a very long time.
About 18 years now.
What do you attribute your longevity to?
I think it's just hunger. The fact that I have to stay hungry.
You're hungry?
Always hungry. Okay. Hungry for success. Not for food. Not for food. Hungry for success. And, you know, the fear to fail actually gives me that, you know, the ability to want to, like, work hard and push myself to the next level. So, you know, it'll be difficult, like, doing comedy in general. And you have to put yourself into it. You have to focus on it 100%. And because of the fact that I don't want to fail, I see myself, like, you know, pushing myself so hard.
You mentioned how difficult comedy can be, because for me, one thing I find is that comedy doesn't, especially African comedy, doesn't really travel that well because of all our cultural differences. So what's funny in the West might be serious in the East and in the South of the country. But I mean, you have shows in the East and in the South. How do you manage, very briefly?
I try as much as possible to make my materials universal. So that way, I don't really try, when I come here to do my gigs or even in the States, I try as much as possible to not say anything about Nigeria, because these guys, they don't know anything about Nigeria. So my jokes are always universal, which is the reason why I can easily break into those grounds. Basketmouth,
you know what, you know, I could spend the whole evening talking to you, but thanks a lot for coming in, man.
Thank you very much. I hope you come for my show.
Well, you know, if you invite me, I'll be there. Thank you very much for coming.
So don't miss it.
All right, then. That's it from Focus on Africa. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter. I am @Okwoche. But from me, Peter Okwoche, and the rest of the Focus on Africa team, thanks for watching. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
In this world, every man has his time and place. For some, their time is yet to come. But for one man, his time is now. 10 years of sold-out comedy shows in the UK. He's a comedy superhero. Basketmouth, live in the SSE Arena, February 14th, 2017. Tickets, COKOBAR.com or 0208 953 1219. Your man is cheating on you if he doesn't buy you a ticket to see Basketmouth on Valentine's Day.